broadcast my special guest, Mr. Tracy E. Bush. Welcome to the show, Tracy.
Thank you, Chuck.
Tell us about that positive book that you have here.
Okay, the name of the book is The Shattered Stem. It's a complete spiritual guide on how to conquer crack cocaine addiction. It has over 35 major subject matters dealing with the problems surrounding the use, and the sale of drugs. It has over 15 self-rehabilitation therapy exercises to help individuals to conquer this evil force of drug addiction. I have been hooked on crack myself at one time in my life, and now I'm drug-free, and I attribute my success to the techniques that are in this material right here. I've also have helped many others would have accomplished the same thing. My major theme now in life is their success after the experience or the experiment.
Okay. If you would like this booklet, it's a very positive book, please write to Shattered Stem, 15318 Chagrin Boulevard, Shaker Heights, 44120. Tracy, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Chuck. And I'd also like to mention the price. The price is $12.95 plus $1 for postage.
Okay. Order this book right away. Telegram will be right back.
Hello, my name is Brother Tracy E. Bush. If you hear something in the background, it is the only waterfalls in Cleveland, Ohio, named Mill Creek's Falls. This is a narrative about one man's journey on a quest to please the Lord. Welcome to the Garden of Spiritual Wellness. We can stop the death wish and the wish to kill movement in our lifetime. Just because we had sin thrown upon us, it does not mean we have to take it to the outer limit. It is time to stop feeding anyone the inner fear of wanting to have vengeance against you for something you may have done to them. To want revenge because Satan's dichotomy is built off of it. Besides, it is like a get-it-done death wish on yourself. Do not blindside yourself. Time to end all self-inflicted death wishes. It is now as if you do not do that, they would not do that. We can take this another way. Mind your own business, and if you think you do not have any, no, you and everyone has some with God. So do not go there before you know what it is by being human, knowing the first order of business is to keep us moving in a heavenly direction. This is a big part of the teachings at Bound to Heaven Publishing Ministry. In the last couple of generations, we have lost something, a placement of love that needs replenishing. We are concerning ourselves in developing what has been lost. Out of a part of some people's lives that can be renewed, it is the spiritual civility because of spiritual poverty. This is the teachings within some of the books. There is always a way out, people. Just have to know where to find it. Find a new kind of freedom bell to ring like a book. If it is the right kind, that may be the bailout that takes you to a new ballpark to create a new avenue that is on the positive level you may be in need of. Peoples are asking man for answers when they can only get certain answers from the Lord. He fixes the problems that Satan gives to people with his loving wisdom and mankind's faith in him at work. As for gun violence ending, that can be helped with a greater level of love on duty. It is fine to have outside support, but remember, you are the one that will have to make this walk of faith for yourself. After over 50 years of walking this walk, I called it a kind of God-smack wake-up. We as a people should know that the timeline of aging takes enough out of us in life. We should not allow Satan's plan to become a part of our plan. The journey has been noted. My first question was, Lord, why is there all of this pain? What can I do to help stop it At an early age, I saw my first killing. The first thing I came to realize is to show children some hope. Was a book titled Mr. Fix-a-Thought that I kept with me on my shoulder as I grew and tried to share, all alone working with them because they are first. So I created also a halo hoop of hope and providence ring that can help. You will be able to see this, and the books will tell you how to use it as therapy. This was created to work for all peoples, young and old. I have been in Satan's camp, but I woke up by using escapism that is known as God's love to get out that I now teach. Knowing now, spiritual poverty was and still is Satan's number one goal when he got to earth. He used it on people, and this one factor alone, he spread it everywhere you could in people's lives. Noting killing was the first on his list. Next was the government and politics with terrorism. Then he created any way of life for someone to live in spiritual poverty to keep the ungodly pain coming in life. People forget how intelligent Satan is. They think they can outsmart him, and that is when they fall, no matter who. That is why we are safer by using the tools called books, to not give Satan your or a hand, for if he cannot use that hand, a gun is left out and you are not a weapon. Noting, we are also having a funeral. We are burying the empty wagon syndrome. The wagon is sitting in the coffin with the gun in it to start, but before we are done, at the end there will be a celebration of a resurrection of a better spirit with the old sick state of mind out of our lifetime. What are we doing with the signs all over? Bringing light on the books. Noting the spirit of Satan's dichotomy will be buried with the paperwork inside the wagon that says what dies out of people's lives. There is a supersized halo hoop of hope and providence ring to walk through. Some people say when they walk through the big halo hoop of hope for adults, they like to come out of the little one for children's, as if it helps them become more of a child of God. But there are the little ones on the table to keep on the wrists and fingers to help control the hand. There are several statements that we have to understand that we are going through right now. In this information, one is the death and burial of things that create a spirit of killing and pain in life. By knowing, we are burying the spirit of spiritual poverty. We are burying the wicked spirit of political poverty. That is what is being buried, which includes the empty wagon syndrome that is a part of the deadly three. People need to know this is a celebration of life and not just death in many ways. You see, the empty wagon has to go because it makes the most noise. When it goes down the road, it is like when someone has a hatred with a emptiness in their heart, spirit, and their mind, especially when there is a misunderstanding or they feel wronged. Then they want to make even more noise by using the loudest thing they can get their hands on, which happens to be a gun. This is the sickness of the syndrome of killing, being lost in Satan's dichotomy that is also being buried. The top and bottom of it all, you can put all the money in business and infrastructure of the country, that you think is needed. But if you do not invest in helping people's spirit civility to create a stronger level in our humanity, we as humans still are at a loss if anyone is still facing poverty. The plan to freedom is to stay safe. This is a part of the edification from the books on the tables to be enjoyed that are about love. This is a way we have to help to end the problem. The specific books are A Peace Offering for Police and People, Ceasefire, A Matter of Life, Not Death. That also has the therapy exercise, including the Halo of Hope and Providence ring with it. Help to Stop Bullies, that dismisses Satan's firepower. An Invitation to End Gun Violence, New Justice, New Peace. Why do black men harm each other more than others? The devil is a lie, or do you believe him? And a wake-up call for the police in America to help decrease the large number of peoples that are harmed by them. What helps this work? The spirit of truth in the books that will help resurrect a more profound love in people. It will free you from the chains and bondages of Satan's dichotomy to kill or want to be killed, because he works both ways. Knowing that the Lord kicked out the you spirit of darkness that is all about a me thing, as Satan had before and now. He was kicked out of God's kingdom of heaven. So when you believe, you too can do the same, being made in God's likeness. The devil will flee from you also before you do harm. When you look at the flag with the Hewitt family on it, they have a book in their hand with a question mark on it. There is a heart under that. I like to believe it symbolizes the fact that we can believe that our hearts will be in the Lamb's book one day with our name on it. Facts to know. To be a part of spiritual wholeness, you need to know how it works, when it works, and what it does. Time to learn new things. We will look at the image-like man in the boat and what is taking place. He is helping mankind learn how to become fishers of knowledge, to be froggish about it, and take the leap that he is forever renewing its spirit man. That reflects a presence, as it is to help train up a child to teach them to seek out spiritual health and its priceless wealth all the time. Learn to not be a fool for a bullet or a bullet's fool. Do not let something so little make a tremendous impact on your life that will last God knows how long in a negative way. Prevent this by any means necessary, being on God's team and a part of his plan. People, I can try to explain things to you, but I cannot understand things for you. You have to do this for yourself. Time to start exercising more self-reliance of thinking. This information is for anyone who thinks they may need it, or a gift for someone with unhealthy issues that may have possibilities of harming someone. If the billboard has your name on it, read it. Also, what do I mean by that? If there is a book on there that could possibly help you decipher and issue a problem you have, fix it, because you are earning that opportunity to learn by just being alive. If I look like I am a little bewildered in the video, it is only because I am still finding where I belong totally in my life by trying to hear the inner spirit man guide me. This is what the garden is all about. Learning to know more about God's love first and last of all things. Come and get some of this harvest to help end some madness. It is for us to know we are in the presence of the power of the Holy Spirit that does the right thing. If you let it, it can see, it can hear, and it can talk to you. Now, know God's wisdom can teach and help you hear clear, or do you want to? The help you may need can be learned at the Cleveland and East Cleveland Library. The books are waiting for you. This was the first phase of completion, but in the other 3 phases, we can learn how to eliminate a great deal more ways how to stop unnecessary problems. It is my hope that my writing is like a firefly lighting up the night. They light up to attract love. I hope my writing helps light the way for others to attract love so that it stops the fear to want to live and let live. Anyone appearing or voice heard other than mine in this video is unauthorized. May all who see this know you are blessed. Philippians 4:17. Not that I seek a gift, but I seek the fruit that abound to your account. Acts 20:24. But none of these things move me, nor do I count my life dear to myself, so that I may finish my race with joy, and the ministry which I received from the Lord Jesus Christ, to testify to the gospel of the grace of God. Sincerely, Brother Bush, www.boundtoheaven.org.
This video is sponsored exclusively by Bound to Heaven Publishing Ministries.